We've all heard about Street Fighter's R.Mika getting her butt slap animation and other similar things removed from Street Fighter V, but we've kind of been left to our own devices to speculate as to why that was, but now Yoshinori Ono has directly discussed it in a recent interview with UOL Yogos, which was in Portuguese and then translated by a NeoGAF member, and yes, I will link the NeoGAF forum in the description below. Now, while the user does say they speak native Portuguese, as always with anything like this, do take it with a pinch of salt, maybe mistranslation, yada yada yada. Even if it's completely accurate, I always just like to err on the side of caution. So, what did Yoshinori Ono have to say regarding the removal of R.Mika's butt slap? And he said, quote, "Our objective with Street Fighter V is to start over from zero. We want the professional players and the casual fans of the series to return, but we also want to reach those who have never even touched a fighting game. So we can't have something in the game that makes people think this is unacceptable." Now, of course, when R.Mika's butt slap was removed, there were some cries of censorship, but apparently, according to Yoshinori, that's not the case. And he said, quote, "We didn't make any change because of external influences. Those changes came up internally. We decided to remove that because we want the biggest possible number of people to play, and we don't have something in the game that might make someone uncomfortable." And apparently, according to him, the objective is to have characters that you like, and not someone that's going to put you off the game. And he said, quote, "Probably we won't be able to remove everything that could offend someone, but our goal is at least to reduce that number as much as possible so that they think, okay, there is this issue here, but it is within the limits. We want that everyone can play and enjoy without worrying about anything else." So there you have it, and I suppose there is an argument to be made like, hey, this was in the beta. Beta means that things are up for change. It's hard to say how much of this is true and how much of it is PR, but it doesn't sound like it was censored. They just decided, you know what, actually, we don't want this in the game. No one censored them. Censorship would be someone bursting into their office with a shotgun or something, and yes, I'm being deliberately over-dramatic here and say, "You've got to remove the butt slap, or I start shooting." You get the idea. I'm being a little bit silly for the sake of comedy and being a bit tongue-in-cheek, plus I'm tired, you know, those things. But still, you get the idea. No one censored them, at least if you believe what he says. I don't know. Street Fighter V, not really for me. I used to play fighting games back in the day, but I've kind of fallen out of the loop. Skullgirls was only the really recent fighting game that I really enjoyed. So yeah, I'd love to hear some thoughts from you guys. What do you think about this? Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.